Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris in Georgia once again, and today we have another refugee interview. This is one of those mints again, the mini interview. We will do a full interview with this family in the future once I'm back in the studio, but for today, we're just here to get a good taste of this. So a mint, not a Mentos, not a fresh maker, but all right, let me adjust myself here a little bit, get more comfortable here in this very comfy seat. So my guests today we're using pseudonyms, are also refugees from South Africa who've relocated here to Georgia. And my guests are Rajesh Krutopalli and Asharya Y. So we're gonna use those two pseudonyms for my two guests, who are Indian South Africans, if you couldn't figure that out. It's not a very Afrikaner name. So let me just start and ask you guys, Rajesh, when did you first hear about this program? Rajesh is he's gonna let her answer the question.
Okay, so we heard about the program obviously in February, but
where did you hear about it?
We heard about it on your show.
Oh, okay. Were you watching my show before that, or?
So I knew of you as a YouTuber and someone like following the politics about what's happening in America
South Africa,
and South Africa, and just following you in terms of that, but not following you every day.
Okay, no, you were as we say in German, ab und zu, a now and then viewer.
A now and then viewer, correct. And then once obviously it came out like, oh, okay, there's a program. We thought, okay, and then in February we thought that it was just for Afrikaners because that's the way it was.
Because that's what you were told by the media.
100%.
Liars.
And then we kept seeing on News 24 that look, it's only for Afrikaners. But then in
I'm
May,
sorry, I'm not familiar. You mean Cockprot 24?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I know them.
But in May, my husband let me know that at about 9 p.m. he's like, oh, we should apply because we've been going through so much here. That it's actually for minorities, and I kept reading the actual words on the website. On the website,
racial minorities.
Racial minorities.
Last time I checked, Indians were racial minorities in South Africa.
100%. So we kept Googling because you just want to make sure that you have your understanding correct, and so we put our statement of interest through. But obviously, it wasn't. The program was just how can I put it? It was just like a template. Nothing really came through.
It wasn't concrete at that stage.
Yeah, it wasn't concrete at that stage. So we put through our statement of interest, and then we've got nothing until much later in.
Well, how far? When was the first contact you had?
We had our first contact. I think that was like in November.
That is quite a bit later. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's about 7 months later.
Yes, but our first contact actually was the Afrikaners,
you reached out to the Afrikaners group as well. Okay.
Was it Amerikaners? Yeah,
Amerikaners,
yeah. So they were doing, and then the guy said, okay, look, you're going to get a contact. And then it went like sometimes
time passed,
and then eventually the steps started going so fast where we were called in for interview on the 1st of December. Mm-hmm. Actually, they said 29th November, and I said, look, we live in Durban because they don't know the Kenyans.
Where did they want you to go?
The Kenyans called us afterwards.
No, but did they want you to go to Cape Town, Joburg,
to Johannesburg for the interview?
Okay, I'm just for people to understand the distance you have to travel from Durban. It's quite a way.
Obviously, I said we are working class people. Sure. We can't just up and go and.
You got to have a good, reasonable, plausible explanation while you're away from work.
I've got to have a plan as well because I have children.
Sure.
So we then said, okay, can you make it the 1st of December? And luckily I did, because after 1st of December, things started to kind of dip in terms of.
Well, because of the Christmas exodus, when federal employees, and I predicted that, I said that from the 15th of December to the 5th of January. Plus, we also had the raid on Woodmead on the 16th of December.
Correct. So if we had to go afterwards, we probably...
You might not be here.
We might not be here. So I said, we're just going to go. Okay, what are we going to do in terms of funds? Because the funds that we get from working just goes towards us and our bills. So he said, no problem. I'm going to use my credit card. We're going to use whatever we have. And we drove up. We drove for 6 hours going.
Okay.
And we booked 7 plus minus. And then we had to book accommodation. So people think that, you know what, you don't need money for the program. You kind of do.
Well, you have to get to where you have to be interviewed. That's on you. Yes, that's correct.
So we stayed.
But I mean, if you're a Somali and you're living in the Dayab camp in northern Kenya, we actually go to you. You don't have to. But for South Africans with in-country refugee status, it's a bit different story.
It's a bit different. Yeah. So if you live in Johannesburg, it's okay.
Works out well for you, Pretoria.
It works out well. But then if you we had to drive, and then we drove the day before our interview, And then what I did, I was clever enough to email, and I got assistance from the Kenyans at the offices.
Now, you keep saying the Kenyans, we're talking about the Regional Support Center, the
Yes,
RSC,
correct,
that is part of
RSC.
Church World
They were
Service.
very assistful.
So let me ask you this question, interrupt you very quickly. So, when they first were announced as the contractor doing this, a lot of South Africans complained, particularly some white South Africans, like, who are these Kenyans to decide I get to go? And I said, the Kenyans don't make any decisions. They're simply there to screen you and help process you logistically. Were they empathetic?
They were the most empathetic people. I even explained to the lady that, look, we are here on the 1st. And then we had we didn't have our medicals. We had our screening interview, pre-screening, and then they made it the 2nd, which was our actual USCIS interview. Because it happens, at that time it was happening at the same place, and it was like simultaneously. So you come the 1st day pre-screening, 2nd day USCIS. So I was like, okay, can you please help us on the 3rd? Because we actually are leaving on the 3rd. Can you make our medicals in the morning on the 3rd? And they did. So we had 3 consecutive days of interviews and then last our medicals. And then that night we left and drove in a cold, misty weather back home. He couldn't see the road.
That was dangerous. Yeah. It was foggy.
It was foggy, but
let me ask this question. So when you came up, because it's very annoying when you come up now because the rails are disabled, and so many trucks on that motorway. When you get to the Van Reenen Pass, was that frustrating with the trucks? And they get in the overtaking lane and slow things down like 20 kilometers an hour.
Yes.
Dangerous, isn't it?
We were driving at that point, and now the kids were obviously tired. They don't complain because they're not naggy sort of kids. But it was really, really frustrating because I think we sat there for like an hour or so. And it was misty and we were hungry and it was cold.
I can understand.
And now we're wondering, like, is this thing even going to happen? Like, we did all the sacrifice. We still got to pay that credit card bill.
Yeah, when it comes.
So,
did we make a mistake?
Did we make a mistake? But now I see it as it's all worth it.
It was a good investment in the end.
It was a good investment.
All right, well, let me ask this question. Let's shift a little bit because this is a mini interview. We're going to do a full interview later on. But you came to America and you're actually one of those folks who moved around. You moved to a different location for better opportunities. What's it been like since you arrived here? I mean, how have the Americans been? I mean, you've actually traveled around the country a bit now since you've been here. And how have you found the Americans? Is it like the Kardashians? Is it like Dallas? Did you see J.R. Ewing?
No. I've actually,
you like the Kardashians?
I like.
Do you watch Mel and Pete Fillon?
No,
New Housewives.
Yes, Real Housewives. I was the one who actually told him, my husband, about the Mel and Pete Fillon because I used to watch the Real Housewives
of Pretoria,
Johannesburg, Cape Town. So when I saw that, I'm like, who comes here? They've already messed up in South Africa and comes here and then messes up again, only to go back to a country where they've insulted their own people.
But now they're insulting us to curry favor. No pun intended. I'm talking Indians to curry favor in South Africa because they made such a mess of it. But how have you found the Americans?
We hadn't had a problem. People are friendly to us, kind people. They don't
very helpful, very assisting. And
and I have a bad habit of saying like I'm sorry because I'm scared, and they're like, nah, you're okay. Culturally, South Africa is different where like if you walk into someone in the shop, even if it's their fault, they will look at you and like, some of them won't say sorry. They expect you to say sorry. So I'm always, my parents taught me to be polite.
Yeah, so you're just conditioned for that.
So, but we've never had a problem with a single soul in the United States.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah. So, I'm just going to lay this out there. I mean, from my audience, they can't see you, but take my word for this, folks. And this isn't artificial intelligence. If it was, I'd make them look like movie stars and put them on screen like we're in Bollywood. but no, so seriously, you really, I'm sorry if this, I hope it doesn't offend you, but you really don't look like white Afrikaans farmers.
No, we're not.
You're not. But I was told by authorities in the South African political system that this program, including the foreign minister, Ronald Lamola, this is only for white farmers. We're bringing all of you over here to, increase the white population here. Did you know that? Are you planning to hook, either of you going to hook up with
So what
Americans?
happens to the other people of other ethnic groups? There's much more of other ethnic groups besides white people that I see living and enjoying the USA. Like
Oh, you mean just in general? But amongst the
Yeah.
South Africans, there are coloreds,
Colored
Indians,
Indians.
and there are even some black South Africans that come over.
Yes.
I think those who watch my program know that. I'm sorry to do that, but I just, you guys, I know you watch
No,
my
it's
program.
understandable.
So you get a kick out of it because
Yeah.
we need to expose the frauds out there that are lying about this program. To be fair, the majority of people that come over are white South Africans, but not even all Afrikaners. A lot of English speakers that have come over. So it's just something to cover. As far as coming over here, you guys have your own place. We're not in an apartment complex. We're in a house that you're renting. I believe you're renting, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And but you're on a short-term path, I think, to purchase a house. It sounds like looks like you're looking to buy it sometime not too far down the road. Is that a plan?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
we will.
And are one or both of you working?
My husband's currently working. I'm looking for a job. I have a couple in a pipeline.
Okay.
Because of the kids. Another thing, childcare is expensive here.
Oh, yes, it is. That's why you have teenage girls to watch your kids.
Yes, which is not happening in this house.
So
but
that pipeline's closed off.
That pipeline is closed off. But what I've done is I've always worked from home in South Africa over the last 4 years. So what I'm doing is I'm currently actively looking for a online job.
Okay.
And I do have the qualifications too, like not anything, not diplomas or degrees, but I've had a good couple of interviews and I do expect some feedback soon.
Well, that's awesome. What for you, Rajesh, has been the most rewarding aspect of applying for the program, coming to America and settling here? What has been the most rewarding thing for you?
So the rewarding thing, peace, security. I'm happy to be here. No, not living in fear, and and just the people.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind, and so we're in the place of milk and honey.
Well, that's awesome to hear. That's a good advertisement for America.
I'm actually blessed to be here.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. All right, Madhuri Dixit. What about you?
Again, it's the peace, the fact that my kids can go outside.
They can just walk outside.
They can walk outside. Like my kids, they don't understand because a boy lives down the road, like a neighbor. Like we don't know him, but like if he comes outside and he's riding his bike and the kids throw their ball and they say hi, they've never experienced that. The fact that my husband can park his work vehicle outside
and it isn't gone in the morning,
and it isn't gone in the morning. And the fact that
I did unlock it about twice. I forgot to lock it.
Yeah, and it's fine.
And it's fine.
We don't recommend people leave things unlocked, but
Sure.
And I can put my music on during the day, and I can do my housework and help the kids.
All right, you put your music on the day. So I'm not even going to venture to guess what kind of music you listen to. You want to share that? You got a favorite type of music?
I have a mixture. Sometimes it's gospel, sometimes it's R&B, sometimes it's what my husband will call your chutney numbers. So, things that I couldn't do at home, like leave my door open and my kids are around me and I'm cooking and things we were always worried about security. Security was a big thing for us.
Sure.
And now that we're here, like even when we were at home, we couldn't just like go to the shop and then our kids follow behind us. I used to hold my kids by their wrist because the smaller one would run in between the clothes and hide and used to give me a panic attack. We are blessed and it is a land of milk and honey if you are willing to work hard, and that's the key.
You got to apply yourself.
You got to apply yourself.
Everyone in South Africa has their own culture, whether they're Khoi or they're San or they're Afrikaner or Portuguese or Venda or Indian. And that's a big term because the Indian communities kind of mix. You've got people from Pakistan who are lumped into that group and Indian. But here in America, you are South African, so you have a South African culture. You know that. But you're also Indian, and there's aspects of your culture that are Indian. Are you comfortable? Are you still enjoying your culture here? Are you able to experience it, or no one's shunning you for it, are they?
No, people are actually enthusiastic. Like, we're giving samosas out.
well, free food, you're going to make a lot of friends.
People spice curries. They're not used to the curries here.
Oh, I am. So, I'm used to the curries that you have.
Yeah. People are enthusiastic.
That's awesome.
People ask you about your hair. And, I've seen on, again, News 24, where they say things like, Americans, they like only light-skinned people. And you read weird stuff.
Well,
on
they're
the
just
internet.
blatant lies, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you are living in the deep South a place that the stereotype is full of white racists who all talk like this and don't have no education.
Yeah.
That's a dirty lie.
That is a dirty lie in every aspect of, isn't it?
Yes.
People are very warm and welcoming here, aren't they?
Yes, I love it.
They are. And actually, where we're at here in this part east of Atlanta, this is like how America used to be 40, 50 years ago. I mean, just the friendly neighborliness, the neighborhoods. I mean, I feel like I've stepped back in time in some ways.
Just to give you some aspect to those who say those things, it's actually it's not a race thing to say, but it's actually the most people that have helped us through our journey have been white Americans from the South.
Wow.
So they are the most friendly. I mean, they phone us for our birthdays, like, when it was our kids' gift birthdays, they gave my kids gifts. The local church has been amazing here. I won't mention the church.
You guys are Christians, I understand.
Yes,
right?
yeah,
okay.
we Christians.
So you found a church here, and you like your church?
We love it.
Up the road.
So do you walk to church?
No, we did.
They're already Americans. They're already Americans. They drive to church. It's 5 minutes away. Okay, maybe in December you can walk to church.
Yeah.
But you don't want to come your Sunday finest and be all sweaty, so I get that.
Yeah. My face would melt, Colonel.
Yeah, I know. I don't come below the Mason-Dixon after June 1st.
Yeah.
I only came down to see you all. That's why I'm here. I understand a lot of people don't say, they say you all instead of y'all around here. They say you all. But as if it's one word like U-Haul, y'all.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, well, guys, let's wrap it up here. So I just want to ask one final question of both of you, and we'll start over here. Any regrets at taking this path?
No regrets. It's been life-changing, and I'm grateful and blessed to be here. Even though it was a bit fearful.
The process, you didn't know what you're getting into.
And obviously selling up, closing my own business back home, but it was all worth it to be here.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. What about yourself?
It's the most amazing thing to be here. Many people ask you, don't you miss your family? And don't you miss this? And don't you miss that? No, I don't, because I'm here to experience something new. I think if you're coming here, have a new mindset. Close your old mindset. Leave aside there's things that obviously you're not going to get that you get at home. For example, lamb. If you're Indian, there's hardly any lamb.
Well, the Afrikaners like the lamb too.
Yeah. But you can eat beef. It doesn't.
You can get lamb here.
You can, but it's rare.
You got to look for it.
You got to look for it. But
it's like you can actually. It's not for you, but you can actually get halal meat in America. You just got to search for it.
That's what we said we're gonna do. But I think close your mindset to the fact that you're missing stuff at home. I don't miss anybody because nobody did anything for me. I don't miss my old job, my old house, anything of that sort. Family, yes, you will have those days where you miss maybe like your family gatherings or anything, but I don't miss anything. What I do think is have a mindset to come here and to be progressive. It'll help so much. You won't have like any regrets or anything. So yeah, I'm very happy here. I feel like this is home.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Hey, folks, this is a mint, a bit longer than the other ones because we unpacked a few things that we didn't do in the other interviews, but we'll get this up soon. And there'll be a couple spots here where this interview is going to be a little jerky. It's because I'm doing a little bit editing on this one. We had a few photo bombers sliding in the video, so we got to take care of that. So apologies for that ahead of time. Also, I want to let you know that that they're off camera, and there's a very good reason for being off camera. They're not wanted felons, but they're just too damn pretty to be on TV. I didn't want them to break the camera because they're just so attractive. So, anyway, but seriously, we respect people's wishes, and they wanted to do an interview with me. We're enthusiastic about it, but they asked if they could appear off camera. So that's what we did. So I hope that you're okay with that. If you're not, then you're watching the wrong program. Maybe you should go watch Paint Dry, or I don't know, Fishermen in the Bahamas. Maybe that's more interesting. But seriously, thanks for tuning in, folks. Be sure to hit the like button, and we'll bring more of these interviews. And these folks will do a long-form interview with us just a few weeks down the road. So from Monroe, Georgia, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time on, well, what do we call my channel now? It's still Chris Wyatt Reports, but cheers, everybody.